Good evening, guys, and happy Tuesday to all of your sunshiny faces. Well, guys, it is cold out today, and it was snowing last night. I think it was only like 12 degrees out. I don't know if it was the high was today was like only 12, but I know that Jack went out to go and shovel the snow around noon maybe or so, which there wasn't that much. We actually didn't get a lot of snow. When it did snow though, it was like coming down like big flakes kind of snow, but it again too like wasn't like we didn't get that much in total, so there wasn't that much to shovel. But he came in and he was like, I was like 12 degrees outside. So again, that was probably around the warmest it ended up getting for today. But yeah, it's pretty cold, guys. I've been cold most of the day today. Like, I haven't wanted to do anything. I just wanted to snuggle up in my bed and just kind of like watch TV today. That was it was too cold to do anything else. But I did today. I ended up making with that rotisserie chicken that we got on Sunday. We had it Sunday for dinner, and it was just I think honestly it was only like a $1 off coupon at Jewel. I think it was normally $6.99 and it was $5.99 instead. So it was $6 like chicken, rotisserie chicken. So again too, wasn't huge or anything like that, but we had it on, well, not me, but everybody else ended up having it on Sunday. So it was Jack, my mom, and dad ended up eating it on Sunday and like did sides like mashed potatoes and salad and that kind of stuff. And then yesterday my mom used the leftover white meat chicken to actually make, I think it's called chicken a la king, or something like that, over biscuits, which we had already in the refrigerator. So it was like perfect. And then today I took whatever was like left, all of the leftover you know, not edible pieces, and I ended up turning that into chicken broth to make chicken noodle soup with. And I do have some chicken left over, like the dark meat, and also what like fell off the bones when I cooked it today. So I made broth with that. So that chicken, that was only $6, is making 3 dinners actually. And again too, even with the chicken soup, the like chicken noodle soup, we should have probably leftovers potentially for like another day. And even with the chicken a la king, or again whatever my mom ended up cooking yesterday, there were leftovers from that too, probably enough for like another serving or two. So that chicken, like I said, it was only $6. Ended up going to actually end up making a total of 3 dinners instead of, I thought it was just gonna be 2. I was like, we'll eat it the one night, and then normally what I always do is after we like, you know, like I'll cook, well, I guess I won't cook it, but you know, we'll have it the one night. And again to the, like, again, because it was on sale on Sunday, like, so we ended up picking it up. That was when we went to the grocery store. So then I ended up making the dinner for that on Sunday, and then my mom cooked yesterday. Normally she cooks on the weekends and I cook the weekdays, but because we were kind of flip-flopping, she did it yesterday and then I did on Sunday. So I ended up again too making the rotisserie chicken, or you know, again, cooked it. It was already cooked, but I did put in the crock pot to keep warm because we got it in the morning. We didn't like eat it till dinner, so I did put in the crock pot for, you know, for a while, and I guess cooked it. But then ended up again too, normally what I'll do is like if we get like a rotisserie chicken or whatever, or if I get a whole frying chicken and I cook it one day, then I will save it again to do pretty much the exact same thing, and then make the broth like a different day, and then make the chicken noodle soup like the 3rd day or whatever, which was kind of what I did here. And so then I could have made the chicken, like the chicken broth yesterday, but because my mom was cooking, I don't want to like be in the kitchen also doing that. So I just ended up doing it today, which I just leave in the slow cooker anyway, but she had the slow cooker out yesterday to cook dinner. So I did it today because it was my parents' like date night on Tuesday, so they normally go out. Or they actually think they ended up sitting in the sunroom because we got put the TV together in there. They were just sitting in the sunroom and they ended up watching a movie and got takeout. But normally that's why we don't schedule anything for Tuesdays. So I only cook 4 days during the week. So that's why normally that 3rd day, then we'll do chicken noodle soup. Like I said, I'll do it either with a rotisserie chicken or a whole fried chicken. And like I said, I do it pretty much the exact same way. But again too, normally the whole frying chickens, those are cheaper because they're not cooked yet. They're normally like, I get them all the time for like 99 cents a pound, and they're normally only like maybe 3 or 4 pounds. And so again too, you can pretty much do the same thing in the same kind of like a 3-meal thing almost that way. Granted, again too, it's only feeding 3 people for dinner instead of like a 4, 5, 6 people, you know. So I mean, even still though, if you get 2 of those and you do it the same way, that's still, again too, like I said, for us that works out to be like $2 per dinner, like for the meat that we actually needed. And again too, like my mom didn't use, I mean, she used a pretty good amount, but like we probably ate more the first day of the chicken than we did like yesterday, because it was like I don't know, you add like other stuff like peas and like, you know, like the chicken is just like a small portion of like the meat in like the dish yesterday. And the same thing too with like chicken noodle soup. The chicken is like a small portion of the whole chicken noodle soup, you know. You also add like vegetables and the broth and the noodles and like that kind of stuff too. But like I said, still is like $6. That's still, I think, pretty good. So that's why normally when I see a deal on rotisserie chicken, even if I'm like, oh, like it's not like $3 for rotisserie chicken or something like that, like, you know, it has to be like super cheap price, it's still like normally I know that I can get 3 meals out of it pretty easily, so I will do that. And honestly, it kind of works out to be better than like chicken breast sometimes. Like even if I get like, you know, $1.99 a pound chicken breast, or, you know, like less, it still, again too, sometimes works out to be a little bit cheaper or better price by doing it that way. And also too, it's like a little bit, the first day is normally easy because I just have to think of like what side dish to do. Normally it's like potatoes or rice, or, you know, like in a salad. You know, don't have to think much about that. And then just like, again too, like tonight I just drained out the broth and put it in the fridge to use for tomorrow, and then I'll just chop up the vegetables, add in the extra chicken, and then cook that in the slow cooker, and then add noodles at the end. You know, so it's a pretty easy meal for, like I said, you know, we'll go for making 3 dinners for $6, and it's also simple somewhat, so, you know, I don't have to think a lot of like what I have to do or how to make it or whatever, like that kind of stuff. As cold as it is today, again only 12 degrees or whatever, by Friday it's supposed to be like 40, so the plan is to grill another meal that is very simple, and I don't have to do much because I don't grill it, my dad does. So I just make sure that the hamburgers are defrosted in time, and then again too, we'll cook that on Friday because it's going to be somewhat warm, not super warm, but like warm enough for us to grill. That's like, as long as it's above freezing, it's like we'll still, you know, fire the grill up for the most part. So anyways, I think that's the plan actually for Friday, but I'll see you guys in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love it if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of our sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye guys.